Okay, Alan, this is just a quick part 2 to your DX5000 Plus. I accidentally stopped the recording, have a habit of doing that by mistake. So this is still on the dummy load, just like all the testing was done on the first video. One thing to keep in mind with this radio when you're going to run this microphone, now you do have a dim setting in this radio now, so I'm going to dim it down a little bit, and there's a mic type, just leave that in dynamic. There's really no reason on this radio to ever run it in electret. You'd have to get a microphone that had the non-powered electret condenser. They do make some, but any mic that you're going to run on this radio, I'm assuming you'll probably always run this mic. If you run the factory mic, also run it in dynamic, because that is a dynamic mic, but this mic needs to stay in DY also. And obviously any other mic you may decide to run besides the factory mic, you're going to need to take the plug and take the wire off of pin number 4. You don't have to do it on this one because I did it internally, but that's just something to keep in mind. So again, the frequency of the radio is there, and carrier is about 8 watts. We can look at it on my spectrum analyzer when I speak here. This is 20 kilohertz to spacing here, so one channel on the far right, one channel on the far left. Hello, check, check, 1 2 1 2. Hello, radio. So what are we? Almost negative 15 or so down on the next channel. So that's pretty good. I mean, you know, if you're right on top of somebody, you're still going to bleed them probably, but if you're not right on top of somebody, then you're not going to as much. You know, bleed over is sometimes a fact of just proximity to somebody too, and all that stuff. But the power of the radio from an 8-watt carrier is a good 40 plus, which they usually are. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Check, check. Hello. If we go down to a 1-watt carrier, which is there, you will see some kind of like some peaks of power from time to time. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Check, check, check. Hello, 1 2 3. It's just the way the radio's designed. Generally speaking, I wouldn't ever run the radio down this low in power. It's probably not going to sound that good. So 2 3 watts would be probably, if you were, you know, I don't know what your plans are, if you're even going to use this on AM, but I'm assuming you probably would. Obviously amplifiers are part of our hobby, so at 2 or 3 watts you can see the kind of power that it's going to push, you know. So it's almost 3 watts right there. So 2.9 watts, that's what it's peaking to. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Hello, radio. So it's quite a bit of push from a low carrier. There's no modifications, no parts were swapped, none of that stuff was done. If I were to put this on my Dozy, it wouldn't show next to nothing probably on power from that level, but that's not a true assessment of the radio. So if you have one of those type of meters, then you're not going to see what I show you here, so just keep that in mind also. Go to sideband and show the power there with it all the way up. Here's sideband 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. It's doing good. All the way down is going to be much less. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's good too. And then if we go back all the way up and look over here, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This is lower sideband. That's why we're going to the left on the spectrum analyzer. 1 2 3 4. Hello, radio. Hello, radio. Look at the next channel rejection. You know, we're down in the negative 30 to 40 range still on that. Remember, this would be 27195. This solid line here, that's actually the middle of that channel. So it's like, this is 205. So just imagine if we were looking at this here, you know, and actually let's center it. Let's center it there, 27.195 megahertz. So now this would be the next channel to the left. Even though it's skipped on our CBs, that is a frequency there. So now when we look at it, 1 2 3 1 2 3, we can see a different view of it there. 1 2 3 1 2 3, and look how low that is. So, you know, If we go to AM and do that same test, you can see our carrier at 2719 or 27205, where it has the little number 1 marker on the far right. And then in the middle there would be our 27195, hello radio 123 123. It still looks like it's down, I don't know, at times like minus 35, minus 25. It kind of peaks up there, sometimes minus 15. That yellow to orangish looking line going through the center of the screen, you know, from side to side, that's the 0 dBm line, as you can see on the screen. So it's really nice, you know, the power's contained and everything. So again, if you were parked right up next to somebody or a block away, or if the guy lives on the next street, you're probably still going to bleed him one channel over. It's just the fact of how radios work. But all in all, it's really good. I'm going to put this on the dipole. We'll go down to the 12 meter band and see what's going on. So it sounds like there's somebody in maybe Scotland or Ireland or somewhere in the UK on the frequency. There's somebody working kind of close to our frequency that I can hear.
You still got the old fires going next to it now?
I can hear just a little bit. I have the RF gain back to try to focus more on what this guy is saying, as well as knock out some of the background noise, which is something that maybe some forget that they can do with radio. You know.
I'm not good at it. Not good. Oh, God. We got plenty of rain over here. That's a pretty nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, we get too much rain here, not enough sense. You know, I told you, in Arizona, they've had over 100 days of 100 degrees there. And he said today we're going to get the same again. So he said it's unbearable, really. I would imagine that's going to be 100 degrees for them to see it result.
We got the noise reduction on. We can switch that off. It's number 9, I believe. Yeah. Now you have a little bit more traditional static sound versus before. Can't really hear the other side of his conversation. It seems like the band.
New York, great signal 5859 into Orkney Island, Scotland, QSL.
Scotland.
All by Johnny, but I will
I prefer to lower the RF gain down on these kind of radios. Otherwise, it's more of everything. You don't really miss the operator when you lower your RF gain down. So.
Bye-bye. Germany, Mexico, 8, Oscar, Florida, Quebec, you have it. Who's the kilo 7?
The antenna that I'm on is a My Antenna's half-wave end-fed dipole. It's not the best antenna, it's not the worst antenna. You gotta have something. I do have a Mosley Yagi that's being made right now, and I should receive that sometime in October, and hopefully have it up by like the first week in November, I hope. But for now, this is what I have for the HF bands. Let's go up to 10 meter and see what's going on up there. There is a lot of activity up above here too, I've found lately, but
Juliet Alpha Yankee 59, thank you. Thank you, Oscar Tango 4 America. Hello, 10 meters, OT4A. Oscar Tango 4 Alpha.
yeah, the band is good. The band is pretty good today, but this antenna isn't very good on the upper bands. It's okay, you can use it, but if I were to put this on my Mako, even though it's not set up for these bands, it would the guys would come in better. So it does require a little more work on these kind of radios to work HF, but it's very doable.
Copy it. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, enough winding up now. No, that's going to be a hard one to chase then, isn't it? If he's only...
Sounds like the UK's coming in pretty good now.
I was just happened to be, that's sheer potluck in it, just being in the right place, right time. That's what I mean, and this is one advantage about having it at home, Jay. You can literally, you can sit there and do other stuff.
So on D-band you do go up to 605, so keep that in mind.
That's the red rooster coming out of your TV radio speaker. Red rooster. Red, color red, type foul.
So the band is seems to be open into the UK now, so it just kind of changed in the last hour or so. I was getting more of like Eastern Europe before. The antenna isn't very good at all for this band, the wire antenna. But we're picking up a lot of signals. So that's pretty much it, Alan. I spent a lot of time on this video, but I haven't covered one of these in a while, so I hope you enjoy it. We'll get this ready to send off to you. And if you got any questions or anything, just let me know. 73.